sometimes you think you know everything about a game, but then you get hit with a video like this, which is 80 more useless facts in Genshin Impact. And I want to know some useless facts. So let's get into it.
Since a bunch of you enjoyed the last one, or at least you enjoyed correcting me in the comments section, here are 80 more random and useless facts in Genshin Impact. The Maritime Harbor lift ride is actually longer going up than it is going down.
Gravity. That's why gravity actually makes a lot of sense.
Going up takes 38 seconds, while
36 going down.
Going down only takes 27.
What?
Meanwhile,
we're free falling!
The lift in the Court of Fontaine from the 1st to the 4th floor is 18 seconds both ways. This event gave us the ability to teabag with a Saurian. There are 268 name cards right now, but my list only shows 249 in-game.
Is that because some of them are limited events?
Though that's probably because I missed some event ones. My favorite name card is this one, because it shows my mental instability. Arlecchino does...
What was that? Catch fish 2000... Yeah, you're wrong for that. You caught 23... Why'd you catch 300 more after that? Why? What was the point?
Instability. Arlecchino does not wear gloves. It's actually her curse that's causing her skin to be blackened like that. I hope she'll be able to navigate around the backlash when the curse eventually covers her entire body.
Okay,
and she inevitably gets cancelled for doing blackface. Kazuha can make mob drops float. In fact, pretty much all Anemo characters can in some capacity with the exceptions of Lynette, Yehoda, and Sayu. Some can do it with their skills like Kazuha, Sucrose, and Jean, while others can do it with their bursts like Shanyon, Mizuki, Lanyan, Aoife, Heizo, and Farazan, who technically does it with a combination of her burst and charge attack. I don't have Chaska, Wanderer, Xiao, Venti, or Varka, so let me know in the comments if they can do this too. Also, shout out to Zhongli and this group of Fatui for helping me charge everyone's bursts, and shout out to the group of Fatui I murdered in cold blood whose drops I used for this experiment. There are currently 26 sword, 19 claymore, 20 bow, 26 catalyst, and 22 polearm users.
So what I'm hearing is we need more Claymore users. Am I right, Claymore Nation?
Amongst the playable characters. On a related note, for the first 5 years since the game's release, there were no Hydro Claymore users.
I take back everything I said about Ino. She's freaking adorable, and she's still very underwhelming as the first Hydro Claymore in terms of gameplay at least, but she's adorable, so it's fine.
Ino was the first one. On a more related note, the only Geocatalyst user is Ningguang, and has been ever since the game's release.
Yeah, but she deserves it. She's the real 5-star.
On an unrelated note, you can actually sit atop Nivelet's seat in the Opera Epiclese.
I did that.
As long as you get a little help. Wanderer owners are probably laughing at me right now, but there we go. The best seated...
No, it's actually still fairly annoying, even with Wanderer.
House. You can actually go higher than this, but at some point you'll just feel like a cat that's gotten stuck on top of the fridge.
True.
The boiling water around the Emperor of Fire and Iron does in fact do damage, and I've always wondered what a boiled crane tastes like. Apparently, Dea isn't a cat girl. In other
she's not.
News, Hoyoverse HQ has become the victim of an arson attack, and no, I will not apologize. But yes, as some of...
I thought that was real news, bro. I was like, wait, what?
You corrected in my last video, those aren't cat ears, which actually makes sense if you look closer to see how it connects with her hair. Speaking of characters with animal-like features, let's go through some of them to hopefully clear up some misunderstandings. The ancestry of Sucrose's ears is actually unknown. It's even written in her character story how she spent time observing Diona to see if they had any shared ancestry. So technically, we don't know. Kaching isn't a cat girl. That's just her hair.
Yep.
And that was obvious. Diona is a cat girl. That's also obvious. Ganyu is half Chilean, which means those are obviously goat horns. Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yanfei's antlers are said to belong to another Chinese mythical creature known as...
the Zhizhi.
Sayu doesn't actually have animal ears. Those are just part of her hood. Goro... Doggo.
Is a dog.
Yai Miko's ears are fox ears, or more specifically,
actual fox
ears, which translates to fox. But Japan. Tignari, another fox, or more specifically, large desert
Fennec
dog.
fox.
Sino is...
What? Large desert dog? Isn't it a fennec fox?
Tignari, another fox, or more specifically, large
Oh, it did say fennec fox at the bottom. Large desert dog.
Sino is obviously designed with the Anubis in mind, but those ears are just part of the headdress and not actually part of his body. Kirara and Lynette, both cats. I've seen a couple comments about Ridesley being a cat boy, but in reality, he just has a bad case of bedhead.
Who the hell thought Ridesley was a cat boy? I mean, I dig it, to be fair. It would suit him, and I think I've seen art of him like that, but Actually? No.
Constellation name is Ochotona Princeps, which means American Pika, which is some sort of rabbit-looking thing.
What kind of fucking rabbits are you seeing, bro? I mean, it definitely looks like a rodent. It looks more like a chinchilla or something. It's very cute.
Rabbit-looking thing. Mualani has seal flippers on top of her head, but from what
She's
I
not
can
a
find,
seal.
there's no indication that they're actual flippers and not part of her hair. Shalonen's a cat, Varisa's a cow, Dahlia does not have cat ears, those are part of his hat, Lama's a deer, and Durin's horns, tail, and wings are obviously an overgrown lizard. If I missed anyone, they're either an elf or Ito. There are 97 permanent gadgets in the game, but it's currently impossible to own all of them for multiple reasons. For example, there are 6 mini Sealies which you can get from the Lost Riches event.
Yeah, but it's impossible to own them all because there's only been 4 freaking events, dude! Bring it back,
However,
Hoyoverse!
you could only pick one during the event, and there have only been 4 Lost Riches events since the game came out. Some gadgets like the bubbly camera and the Neo Terminal floating leaf model are even region locked.
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
When you hit a tree in Dragon Spine,
I'm sad.
snow falls off. The moon actually...
Wait!
It doesn't make sense.
When you hit a tree in Dragon Spine, snow falls off.
Hey, damn, bro. Wuwar's flower and grass physics got nothing on me. I actually didn't know that. I've just never paid attention to that.
The moon actually has less gravity than Tevat. And on a similar note, Tevat is round. I'm not sure if there were any flat Tevat theories
There is that one guy in frickin' in it who had that theory about Tevat being flat in Not Cry. Remember Arnold, that one guy who also thinks Snezhnaya is not real? One of the two might be true.
floating around, but I don't think you can pin this one on a fisheye lens. There are 29 types of wood, some of which look more like overgrown broccoli, while others look like, evolved fungi. If you head to the Favonius Keep in Nodcry, you'll find the Favonius Knights station there singing. While I can't understand what they're singing about, I have no doubt it's about the fact that they're burning me at the stake. They finally added wolves to Wolvendom that will actually follow you if you have Razor or Varka in your party. And while this is adorable,
Oh, I didn't realize they followed if you have Varka too. That's cool.
I'm gonna let my intrusive thoughts leak out a little.
No!
Wow, I
Dislike the
feel
video.
really bad now. Meanwhile, the wolves in Nodcry got the predator treatment from Zootopia and will treat 99% of people as free food. Unless, of course, you have Llama or Columbina in your party, in which case they ignore you like how your parents did when you were younger.
Wait, dead ass? They just ignore you? Wait, what about Pro Razor and Varka?
That's right. Not getting attacked by wolves in Nodcry is now considered pay to
Pay to
win.
win,
When you
hell
run with
yeah.
Sabai, you can faintly hear the rhythm of a horse galloping. Speaking of
Okay, very faintly maybe.
which, here are a few more interesting sound design choices
I
for
can
when
hear that.
characters run. Arlecchino with her heels,
That's
Kirara
cool.
with her paws,
Cute. Somebody jingles as well. Who is it? Is it Nahida?
Inefa with her robotic legs, and Nahida with her bare feet.
I've never heard that. Who jingles? Somebody jingles. Xiangling used to have a loud bell at launch till they nerfed it. Maybe it's Nahida's attacks I'm thinking about with the song that it plays.
You don't actually have to go to your adventurer's handbook to collect your commissions anymore. If you have enough encounter points, you can just talk to Catherine and she'll give you the 60 primos straight up.
Wait, wasn't that always a thing? It was an update a few patches ago. Well, I thought the thing was you could always just go to Catherine to claim the commissions. The problem was the Adventurer's Handbook being an extra step that you had to do. There was a time when you had to claim it in the handbook first. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So, okay. So you say, no, you don't have to do that. Okay, I guess. Do you want to know what my thing is? Why not just let you fucking claim it from the handbook instead of talking to Catherine, bro? It just makes so much more sense. Makes so much more sense.
Straight up. If you stare at Columbina while playing tic-tac-toe with her, she'll awkwardly remind you that you're being a creep.
Oh, nice. Goddamn.
Charlotte's camera is named Monsieur Verite. Verite meaning truth in the language of baguettes. And speaking of Charlotte,
Nice.
if you activate this gadget Special Analysis Zoom Lens, you can become a
take
vlogger
pictures.
using Charlotte's skill, which is pretty neat until you piss off the local heretic and his weapons grade uranium.
Oh, God.
There's an area on Lempo Isle
Jesus.
in Nodcry called Nothing Passage. I took it upon myself to investigate whether or not there was truly nothing there, and I'm disappointed to say that there isn't just a big void of nothingness.
Yeah, it's a really cool... Oh,
You can get a
it's actually a really cool world quest there.
gadget from Lynette's Hangout, which is basically a D20 for the dyslexic. However, as a linguistics expert, I've been able to easily read what comes out of that hat. For example, that's a 15, that's a 5,
Oh, that's a 12.
12, that's
And that's also a 12.
another 12, And that's a
4.
slur. Speaking of gadgets,
Huh?
the gadget with the longest cooldown is not the red feather fan with its 100-second cooldown. It's not the parametric transformer or the crystal fly trap, both having 7-day cooldowns. It's actually the artifact transmuter, which technically has a month-long cooldown for
True, technically it does.
extracting sanctifying elixir. In
Oh my
order from
God.
least to most, Nodcry has 21 sub-areas, Mondstadt, including Dragonspine, has 24,
Wait, what do you mean by sub-areas? Just teleport waypoints? Or, like, actual named sub-areas?
Atlan, which includes the ancient Sacred Mountain, and Fontaine, which includes the Sea of Bygone Eras, both clock in at 41, Inazuma, which includes
These are all named areas? That's kind of crazy, dude.
Enkonomiya, has 44, Sumeru, with its massive fat-ass desert,
Gotta be like
surprisingly
52.
only comes in second with 49, and Liyue, which includes the Chasm, has the most sub-areas with 52. The most
Greedy bitches.
isolated place in Genshin, and by that I mean the furthest away from any waypoint while not being in the middle of the ocean north of Inazuma, is this area on Sumeru's coastline. And yes, I
That's why we're gonna fish up the next Paimon.
did feel very stupid measuring my screen with a ruler.
Yep, that's a long boy.
Remember Natochka from that quest where you infiltrated one of the 20 Fatui research facilities and
I liked Natochka a lot, dude, as an NPC. I did. I thought she was fun and cool.
try to steal classified documents?
Do you have the slightest idea how little that narrows it down?
Well, you can actually find Natochka in Nasha Town.
Yep, she's
enjoying
always there.
life. If you head over to the Curatorium of Secrets, you'll normally see Yehoda working, but if she's not, you can actually work in her place and help a bunch of customers with their requests. The ones who visited me
Wait, what?
you can actually work in her place and help a bunch of customers with their requests.
Is this only if you own her? Yeah, that's if you own her, right? You still have not gotten the RNG for that job day? I'm so mad. Yeah, okay, fair. Yeah, it's if you own her on effort.
Ones
Okay,
who
I
visited
remember
me
that.
were Escoffier, who's going to bribe Aino with
That's fun.
food, Gaming, who's here for a birthday
You LARPer!
here for a birthday party, Emily, who's here to solve another murder, and Chevres, who's here to instigate a coup. Clearly, my work was unsatisfactory, because when I visited the next day, Ashru the cat had taken my place. The Aquabus ride from our maritime harbor to the Court of Fontaine is almost 6 minutes long. Next to
Jesus.
the Knuckle Duckle and Nodcry, there are a couple crates you can't stand on. In fact, they're so slippery that they probably use these in Total Wipeout.
Oh, I love that show, dude. Oh my god, it's so fun.
If that were the case, I hope no horizontally inclined people were competing, because they
Why
aren't
not?
very sturdy.
Does Knuckle... Oh, okay. I was
Don't
gonna say,
mind
does
where
Knuckle
Yolan's
Duckle
looking,
destroy him?
She's just found another victim to induct in the torture program.
Jesus.
Anyway, Beidou's
That felt like a Maxor edit.
ship has a bookkeeper. You can see her in the background past the octopus, and she's aptly named Mora Grubber. Unless you spawn another one or break it, your Wave Rider won't ever despawn. I actually always thought it did, so
Wait,
imagine
really?
my surprise when I saw that the Wave Rider I used to sail from Inazuma to Liyue in the last Useless Facts video
Still
is
there?
sitting there
Wait, really? I had no idea about that. That's actually really cool.
5 months later. Every area on the surface of Tevat has a statue of 7, despite how out of the way some of them seem. Except for this area in Chenyu Vale, which doesn't have a statue and is made fun of constantly at the lunch table during recess.
Nice.
The release order of the Hypostasis bosses is as follows. Anemo, Electro, and Geo came out with Mondstadt and Liyue. Then Cryo made its home in Dragonspine 3 patches after Dragonspine was already released. Then Pyro got released with Inazuma. Then Hydro got released a patch after with Watatsumi Island. Then finally Dendro got released 1 patch after the desert came out.
Yeah, weird order. Probably doesn't mean anything.
There are currently 37 Wave Rider waypoints in the game, and they only exist in Inazuma, Sumeru, and Fontaine.
Yeah. See, a lot of these are actually useless facts that I didn't know. A lot of them I do know, but I'd say probably half of them, maybe a bit less than half, are ones that I genuinely had no idea
Couple
about.
ways to get to the Orchid of Paradisa. You could do the quest and all that and enter through here.
Yeah. Or you can glitch with
go
Zhongli.
to this TP, go into this cave, use a short character to squeeze in between these rocks, then fly through the void towards this weird shape that looks like a puzzle piece got chewed up by a dog, and after making it, what you then must do is leave and do the quest because Jet deserves it.
True! Oh my god, actually so true. Actually so fucking true. Never mind, I take back everything I said. You're not a LARPer.
Of this area, yes, you do take
Screw garming.
fall damage if you fall onto the water here. I guess this is what they mean by water feeling like concrete if you fall from high enough. If you're not too busy fighting this boss, you can get front row seats to a free figure skating show. But I'm not talking about this comically large throne. I'm talking right in the middle of the rink while they're mid-routine. And speaking of the Icewind Sweet boss, depending on which option you pick to challenge it, you get a different boss drop. Some places in Genshin have got some scary names, like the Passage of Ghouls, or the Nursery of Nightmares.
Or hell. Anybody remember that? Hell?
or the Chasm of Endless Decay. And of course, I
I'm really surprised he didn't include hell.
can't forget about the Serpent's Bowels. Gives me chills every time I think about it. There are two
it's kinda
giant
gross.
robots in the Sumeru Desert, one of which looks like it's doing a special salute on the map.
Is there actually 3? Am I crazy? Why did I think there was 3?
21 characters who don't have a voice line for when it snows. Itlua with a silent G and a non-existent
There is 3? Okay, I was gonna say.
T, Nefer, Dahlia, Iansan, Mizuki, Lanyan, Kinich, Shanyan, Kole, Shenhe, Eula, Ganyu,
Third one's in the rainforest. Oh, okay. I guess he did just say in the desert. That's fair.
Klee, Diluc, Noel, Bennett,
That
Beidou,
makes
Shangling, Razor, Lisa, and Amber. In the flagship in Nodcry, you can change the music by playing around with this jukebox.
I didn't know that. Oh my god, I didn't know that. Stardew
This is what
Valley.
happens when you try to swim towards the waterfalls in Fontaine.
Oh god. Death.
The Shogunate has quite a few stairs, which in total consists of 141 steps leading to where you challenge Signora. And yes, I did
Jesus.
count each and every one. Beta Harbor is the most pointless location added to the game. Mondstadt
I agree.
and Liyue have 4 artifact domains, Sumeru and Fontaine both have 3, and Inazuma, Natlan, and Nodcry all have 2. On the topic of domains, there are currently 46 domains in total in the game. 20 artifact domains,
Wow.
7 weapon material domains, 7 talent material domains, and 12 weekly boss domains. Speaking of bosses, excluding the Trounce domain ones, there are 44 other bosses in the game. And interestingly enough, since Andreas doesn't have his own domain, he's listed here even though he's a weekly boss.
That is interesting. He's one of the only... Is he the only weekly boss that doesn't technically have his own domain? I think so, right?
This island west of the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau
Yeah.
is actually in bounds, which means I'm going to walk to it to find out if anything's there. Now that I
No.
have, I can confidently
I've
say
been.
that there's nothing here.
Yeah,
But at least the view's
literally
amazing.
nothing. Not yet,
In the
anyway.
Sanctuary of Sursdana, you actually can't fall off the center as the game won't let you. You
Nahida can when it gets fucking destroyed and burned to the ground by Dottore.
can, however, jump off the bridge. There are
Oh.
336 books on this bookshelf
Why did you bother?
behind me in the House of Dana. Yes, I did count them myself, and yes, that includes the books phasing into the walls and shelves. There are currently 60 artifact sets, 59 that are obtainable in the game, and yes, some of
I'm sorry, what artifact set is not obtainable in the game? There was a set in the beta? Interesting, I didn't know that. What the fuck?
And yes, some of them are actually useful. There are 4 giant windmills in Mondstadt,
Goddamn.
3 in the city, and 1 in Springvale.
There are a few that are not obtainable. Just one, right? If there was 60 total and only 59 obtainable now, I guess there's only one set, which would be the beta set.
There are 4 giant windmills in Mondstadt, 3 in the city, and 1 in Springvale. There are 17 wind glider skins, with quite a few of them being exclusive. The
I wish I was playing Genshin during the first anniversary, bro. I really want that freaking piano skin.
Wings of Dissension is only available to PS4 or PS5 users. The Wings of Shimmering Galaxy was only available by logging in during the 2021
Yeah.
Genshin concert event.
I want
the Wings
that.
of Fate's Course Intertwined is still available on Xbox, but was only available for other platforms during 5.3. The Wings of Feasting was only obtainable by either eating KFC if
I
you
got
lived
that.
in China, or
I gifted a sub to a Twitch streamer.
getting a code from a Twitch event in late 2021 if you lived anywhere else. The
I think I gifted 2 subs to either Tenha or... No, I think it was just Tenha. Pretty sure it was Tenha.
Wings of Transient Dreams was only obtainable if you attended one of the 2023 Genshin concerts in person. The Wings of the Starlit Feast was only obtainable
I did.
to those who either ate Pizza Hut if you lived in China, Pizza Al Volo if you lived in South Korea, or was an Amazon Prime member back in early 2023. The Wings of Delicacies was
I think I gave my wings away. Or maybe I got an extra code that I gave away.
obtainable through too many ways to list depending on your country, and since this fact is getting a bit long-winded, here it is on screen and I'll give you 5 seconds to read it.
I don't think I got that. I don't think. What the
You
hell?
can see
My God!
NPC name tags turn depending on your camera perspective.
Oh, I never noticed that. What the hell? I never noticed that. That's creepy. That's
If you
weird.
try to block this,
What the hell? Look at that.
you can see NPC name tags turn
What?
depending on your camera
What?
perspective. If you try to
Ugh.
block this Gardamex way, it'll start tweaking out until it gets past you. You can find 5 kinds of banners in Mondstadt. This one depicts a wolf, which for some
Yep.
reason changes direction depending on which banner you're looking at. This one depicts
Weird.
a falcon, and no, that's not Shanyan hiding behind
northeast,
it. This one
south,
has
and
a
west.
dragon on
The
it, which
winds.
automatically makes it 10 times cooler than the rest. This one's got a lion, and this one's got a volcano spewing out a castle. Don't make fun of my interpretation.
What the
Sumeru
fuck?
is the
That's like Irminsul tree roots, or I guess it could be the Windrise tree, but this looks like Irminsul tree roots and then Celestia and a castle.
doing out a castle. Don't make fun of my interpretation. Sumeru is the largest nation by far in terms of landmass, and unless Snezhnaya is gonna have the same landmass as Russia, I don't think that's changing anytime soon.
You might be surprised to hear me say I genuinely think Snezhnaya is going to be by far the largest region in the entire game up to now. I think it's going to be much bigger than Sumeru because the desert's big. I think we're going to have snowy fucking tundras for days, brother. Oh my fucking god. And I think that train is going to be a must. I think it's going to be fucking massive, and I hope so.
You can't actually climb the Spiral Abyss Gate, but there are ways to get on top of it. Obviously, if you're cool and have Shanyun, you can parkour your way up, or if you have Scaramouche,
But it doesn't exist. God damn it!
you can just float up, or you could just use this gadget like a sane person and just glide there.
True.
You're boring.
The central laboratory ruins of the Old Fontaine Research Institute consists of 13 floating cubes of water. In
13, huh?
the Sumeru Desert,
By the 7 lights and 13 darkness. Sorry.
you can see a group of floating anemo fungus doing a conga line.
Cute.
There are 693 teleport waypoints currently in the game, 55 of
How many?
There are 693 teleport waypoints currently in the game,
693.
55 of which are statues of 7. And if you think I counted every single one on my own,
I did.
thanks, but no thanks. You can
Oh.
get yourself fully stuck in the floor here at Nasha Town. How did I get here? Well, in my endless pursuit of getting stuck
I did this. Do y'all remember
in
this?
weird places, I rode this crate out of curiosity, then
Get
took it a
squished.
step
Yeah.
further by getting crushed by it and
Yeah,
becoming
I did
part
the
of the floor
same
gang.
thing.
Look at the top of his head.
And due to my masochistic tendencies, I wanted to be crushed a second time and got fully stuck in
Yeah.
the floor. Of course, Shanyun can easily get out of this, but where's the fun in that? There are at least 28 cats living at the Asase Shrine, and I say at least because they're all over the place, and I may have missed a couple. They're on the cliffs, they're on the torii gates, they're even in the trees. Oh, and you can also feed them. This might be the best sub-area in the entire game. The Fortress of Meropide has 6 levels, which is 5 too many for my tiny directionally challenged brain.
Listen, it's 5 too many in general, bro. Listen. The Fortress of Meropide was a cool idea. The execution of that place was fucking dreadful. Not only the execution of the fortress layout itself, but also the execution of the map and the layout, and also just the execution of how fucking long we actually had to spend there. The only saving grace I can give it is it actually felt like I was in prison while I was doing Act 3 of the Fontaine Archon quest, so good job for that one, because it really made me feel like I was in that scenario. That's the only saving grace I could really give it, and the characters were really cool.
Too many for my tiny directionally challenged brain. The deeper you move towards the center of the sandstorm of the desert, the less visibility you will have, until the only thing you can make out in the distance is the statue of 7 you came from.
Indeed.
You can see the mausoleum of King Desheret from Nasha Town. As long as they're not sitting down, dogs will actually follow you around up until a certain distance. Puspa Cafe has its very own public bidet, and I'm probably getting blacklisted from every restaurant in the city after this. In Chenyu Vale, there are 2 kinds of ducks in close proximity to each other. When I shoot at these white ones, they don't even flinch. But if I go over here and do the same to these ones, they freak out like I just told them Peking duck was on the menu. This guy has been wrestling the Statonkosaurus for the past year and hasn't had any breaks. And that's how you know wrestling is fake. If you haven't
And they say the Traveler's the strongest in that, bro.
enough ingredients, you can bake some bread using some random Ratnik's outdoor oven.
What the fuck? Wait, what? Say that again?
Wrestling is fake. If you have enough ingredients, you can bake some bread using some random Ratnik's outdoor oven.
That says delicious mushroom phantasm. How do we know that's actually bread?
It takes Farina 12.5 minutes to run from Rito and Inazuma to Liyue Harbor. Even though it's a straight line, I was slightly worried about getting lost. I just kept repeating to myself, when you see Beto's ship, bank a left, and hoping I didn't somehow end up out of bounds. And now that I've parked my Farina next to my Wave Rider, these are all the facts I've got for you today. I hope they were as useful to you as the Bloodstained Chivalry set, and
Hey, for Eula, like two piece.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye-bye now.
Damn, that was actually a very, very interesting video. I love fun little videos like that aren't like, you know, it's not super serious, but it actually takes a lot of research and stuff and a lot of effort to put together, and it's edited really nicely. It was a really good video.